These words are for you, because this will be you today.
Would never have ever imagined that I would be training for an Ironman, and for that I am very proud. Crossing that line for me will signify that I can do anything that I set my mind to do, and that's powerful.
Hi, I'm Jan Matjaska. I'm the functional fitness world champion and CrossFit athlete, and today I'm going to attempt to swim across Valensee, which is a 15-kilometer open water swim, and yeah, I'm pretty excited for the challenge.
Sturm deine Haut. Oi, oi, oi. That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
Easy.
Ooh, I can barely talk.
Woo. Hey, dude. What?
Ik ga net zo dicht gewoon.
Ik kom het te doen. Oh. Oh. No, chaos.
No. It depends.
Oh.
Is to say to you, oh, I wasn't addicted to nothing. I didn't have any addictions. What do you mean? Like I was in control. I was not in control of myself. That's it. Drugs, which was at the time it was cocaine, and I went down a very similar path with cocaine as I had with smoking marijuana and drinking. And I did it basically for 10 months. That's all I did. I did pretty much what I'm doing now, except I was making no money. Certainly my reality, the way I viewed reality had changed. And I did truly believe that you can do anything. Okay. The Ironman in particular, though, is a very, it's so long. The world record's 7 hours and 41 minutes. As fast as anyone's ever gone. So you can imagine the degree of single focus you would need.
The United States emerged as a true legend. Harvey Lewis, with unmatched determination and stamina, conquered 108 laps. Yes, you heard that right. 108 laps around the big farm. But Harvey's Canadian rival, Ihor Veres, was not too far behind, with an astounding 107 laps to his name.
Teacher, a bit of everything. Running is one of my greatest passions.
I know, but
Avec l'arrivée de Audrey, la première. Bravo Audrey. Et Sébastien. Sébastien Lemoine qui arrive. On a une très bonne compagnie, Sébastien.
A problem.
You do? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I mean, I have a few problems. My biggest one is my knee. I won't bend anymore.
Oh no.
So I had to walk most of that downhill.
should never, ever give up. You're never too old to chase your dreams. It looks like a solitary sport, but it's a team.
14 right now. He's digging down for this. He's worked so hard. Eliud Kipchoge has been the GOAT for the last 10 years. But this is Kelvin Kiptum for a new world record at the Bank of America Chicago Marathon.
And Kerry Pinkowski could not be happier as he hugs him at the finish line. Wow, a brand new men's world record, unofficial 2 hours, and we don't even know. It's at 2:47 right now. He hasn't even hit 2:01 yet. He's been behind the finish line for a while. Amazing.
We'll get that official time, 2 hours and 30 whatever.
Wow, this is the future. For a man who said his family could not afford to get him to the track. For a man that went out on the roads in Kenya and put the work in. For a man that trained by himself and coached himself for a long time. This is what it's all about. Listening to Sean Paul, okay, let's go. Whatever it takes, and clearly 2 hours and 35 seconds.
It's official. It's a world record. He was the second fastest. Now,
reflecting on the thought processes and the emotional challenge that I had along the way during that night.
For me, because it reminds me of what was and now what is, because there was a point in my life where I didn't want any more days. The event in itself, I want it to represent much more than that. I want it to represent the commitment and value that comes from taking one step forward and another and another, and the momentum that builds, because 6 years ago, I would rather be dead than spend another day on this planet. The fact that that is a reality that I'll carry with me forever is something I'll never be able to understand.
I started hallucinating a little bit as well. Like, every car I see a person there.
Yeah.
And then there's no one there. I need to get some food on because I can't. I've just not been able to eat on the bike. Spent the entirety of that last descent trying not to throw up. Yeah, it was like I was dizzy. It was weird. I don't know if you noticed, I was in control on that descent. The moment the light came up on Sunday morning on the bike was one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen. Low mist to wake me up on having spent the whole night riding the bike reaffirms, as I say, that nature does make me feel small.
When he gets to sunrise, when he eventually comes through this darkness, not figurative, the real darkness that he's in, he needs to take a moment somehow to try and look on it as a gift, as being a moment for him. Really kind of take the time to experience it, because
he's worked so hard through the darkness, and to see the morning come
proves that he beat the night. Beat those negative thoughts, those dark thoughts in his head, and there's going to be nothing more figurative than a sunrise to say, right, you're still here, you've done it, you've done this part, you've come through.
The bike at about 7:30 in the morning on Sunday, so I spent a full night, sun coming down, sun coming up, on the bike, chipping away, so that in itself is quite surreal. It makes me very proud to be sitting here having seen it through, because there was a point where I didn't even believe that I was going to be able to see the bike through, let alone actually get off the bike and then see the run through, because running an ultra off the back of an ultra swim and an ultra run is a interesting thing to process, but it's just putting pieces together. But I'll be able to unpack that over the next couple of weeks, because recovery from this is going to be difficult.
If you tell me to go run 100 miles, I will plan and strategize how to run and complete 100 miles. But if you tell me just go run as far as possible while we restrict how far you can go every hour, there is an unknown to that. It intimidated me, to be honest. That's what this race does to the participants. And after doing a race that was an out and back like Leadville, and then doing Rocky Raccoon, which is 100 miles, I wanted to experience something new and different, unique and exciting. And that's where the concept of Last Man Standing kind of just appeared. Last Man Standing is a backyard ultra in Pineland Farms, Maine. This is a 4.2 mile loop that restarts every hour on the hour until one person is left. There is one winner and everyone else is a DNF. Did not finish. You can't start early, you can't start late, so the longer you go, obviously the distance increases, the duration increases, but the taxing magnitude on the body also increases.
At what point did that consistency, that autopilot start to be like disrupted?
I think with the sun up, it's gonna bring a whole new level of energy.
2 minutes. One minute, line up. Let's go.
What will this take me to? 79.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Get it. Get some.
Post two. And I took my hat off, and on the bill of my hat, I wrote one more.
What does that mean?
It's when things get really tough. It's not just one extra rep in the gym. It's not just one more mile. It's when everything gets tough on a daily basis. And it will, and it does. It's pushing past that. And so many people have resonated with that story of just the compounding consistency of going one more every day and seeing this massive benefit. And that is what changed my life. It's changed the way I act, the way I plan, the way I execute, and that's why it's so important to me.
Let's get going.
But as I've gained more clarity into my life, and I've realized that just by doing something harder and more frequent or more of, with lack of intentionality, it can be and is usually useless. It's what are you working on and why? What is the intention? And sometimes being more intentional means doing less, but the work that you're doing is so much more powerful. That's my challenge for you. Focus on doing more intentional work that allows you to achieve a greater outcome. Going more is much more than an action. It is an outcome. 24 laps, 100.8 miles, 18 hours, 37 minutes on course. I may not be the last man standing, but I got everything out of this race that I wanted. Breakthrough.
I have never. What is? Nope. That's a no for me. What is that? You grew an extra toe. Oh.
I honestly had no.
Oh. Hell no.
So what we're going to just do is cut my whole foot off because there's no coming back from that. No coming back from that.
Has lost it now and has staggered to a stop at the side of the course, and Alistair's stopped to help him along. And Alistair is going to try and carry his brother home. Dramatic scenes in Cozumel as the Olympic champion carries his younger brother towards the podium.
Oh my God, I cannot believe what we are seeing here, Matt. Is this allowed? Is he allowed to help his brother? You know, is that part of the rules? I'm not too sure. We've never seen anything like this before.
Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes in Cozumel. The Brownlee brothers arm in arm, but it's not by way of celebration. Alistair is having to drag him across the line and pushing him home for second. Johnny finishes in second. Goodness me, what an incredible conclusion here in Cozumel.
200 events. Ironman inspires us to reimagine our limits, to set our sights higher, to go farther than we ever have before.
You can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You can be a hero, you can get the gold, breaking all the records they thought would never be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try? Do it for your country, do it for your name, 'cause there's gonna be a day when you stand up.
Ironman is a state.
I just remember feeling the utmost relief. I was begging for it to be over for hours and hours, and then it finally was over, and it was like, I can stop. Everything came to a head. I finally finished this thing that seemed impossible. Not only that, but my parents did it with me. I was there for my parents when they were doing this, and then they were there doing it with me and supporting me for the first time that I was doing it. And now I hope to be that to someone in the future as well. Because it's a pretty self-serving thing to do. It's a lot about me, what's my goal. So it's just important to remember to give back and to set that example in the future. It's burned into my mind the first time my dad did it. The gun fired and U2's A Beautiful Day was playing. And then on his last one, as he starts running towards the finish line, U2's A Beautiful Day starts playing. And we go and we hug. If I just go to my dad's Instagram here, that's my boy. Cody is now an Ironman.